Imagine this, right? You're in the year 2010 and your father gave you $10 as a reward for doing your chores or whatever and told you to treat yourself with some candy. So you jump from excitement and you go to the nearest store to treat yourself. You buy yourself all the candy that your heart desires. You treat yourself with some Snickers, M&Ms, chips, whatever your heart desires. After getting everything, you go to the cashier and you pay for everything and you still have money left over. So being the generous person that you are, you tip what's left of the $10 and you walk out of the store happy as fuck. Now let's redo the same scenario but in 2024. Your daddy gave you 20 bucks this time. You're happier than the first time, you feel me? You go inside the same store to buy the same candy. And as you're going to the cashier to pay for your snacks, you give him the 20 bucks and say, keep the change. The cashier looks at you and says, I wipe my ass with 20 bucks. You look at the total of your snacks, the same ones that you bought in 2010. The number is so high that it makes you go blind. So you leave the store with tears in your eyes. This is the power of inflation. Arriba! What it do, big dogs? It's your boy Quirrell, back with another video. Now before we yap more, we have to understand, what is inflation? As an educational content creator, I must tell you what inflation is. So inflation is like basically when prices for stuff go up, like food, gas, and pretty much everything. It's like basically when you go into the avatar shop in Roblox and everything just costs more. Which literally happened! Roblox increased the prices of everything. Hell, inflation is even in games now. And you're just like, bro, why? Well, that's inflation, but in real life. Now, I'm pretty sure we all wonder, why does it happen? Inflation happens because of few things. Too much money in the economy, rising costs for goods, or even just because people expect prices to go up. It's like when a new update drops in a game and suddenly everyone wants the new gear. Prices go up because everyone wants it. Same thing with the real world stuff. Now, how does it affect us? I'm pretty sure that's not a question that goes through everyone's head. Because it's obvious. Inflation sucks for everyone. Especially people that are on a budget. Imagine you're saving up for a new gaming laptop and suddenly it costs way more than it used to. Like a month ago. That's inflation literally messing your dreams. Now let me break it down. Now you've seen the first scenario and the second scenario. Let's give more examples.
I really just want to make the video longer.
Back in the day, you could buy a burger for like $2 and you'd still call that shit expensive. Now you're lucky if you can even afford a burger. Now who controls inflation? Central banks like the Federal Reserve in the US try to keep inflation in check by changing interest rates. It's like the devs patching the game so they could balance things out. Sometimes they succeed and sometimes they don't. And we're stuck here dealing with the consequences. And you know you could take inflation as kind of playing a game, but on the hardest difficulty. Everything costs more and you're constantly trying to level up. Now what is being done to keep the inflation kind of steady? Well, honestly, in my opinion, nothing. But if we're talking about what the government is doing, they're trying to manage inflation with policies. But it doesn't seem like it's working. Honestly, let's look back at the good old days. When our grandparents could buy a house without heart attacks. Like look at the 1950s and 60s, for example. Like imagine paying just a few $1,000s for a home. Now you're more likely to find a pink diamond. Now, why were houses so cheap back in the day? Well, there's a few reasons. First off, there was less demand because the population was way smaller. Also, the cost of building stuff like materials and labor was way lower. Plus, banks weren't handing out loans like candy, so people didn't have as much money, keeping the prices down. Another big factor was wages. Wages were more in line with house prices. People could actually save up and buy a house without going broke. Now you gotta sell a kidney, your heart, your brain. You don't need anything in your body. Just sell it, because you need a house. Let's put it into perspective. In the 1950s, the average house was about $7,000. That's around $80,000 today. But try finding a house for $80,000. Like, imagine telling your grandparents that today people spend $500,000 on a house. They probably think that you're talking about buying a mansion with a built-in game room, a pool, and a personal chef. Grandma, that's just a regular house in today's market. Anyways, big dogs, if I keep talking about house prices and inflation, I'd probably have a heart attack just talking about it. Tell me what you think about inflation down below. Don't forget to like. You don't have to. Subscribe. You don't have to. I'll see you next time.
There were 4 monkeys on the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out. 3 monkeys on the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out. 2 There were 2 monkeys on the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and one fell out. 1 monkey on the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So he rolled over, and 0 left out. Yeah.